This is Renee Novak at Blessed by Cards, and I am coming to you today with the second card in our Forever Fern card series using the Forever Fern stamp set. In our first video, we created our own designer series paper by stamping all over a sheet of cardstock using this set. So we are today going to use a piece of that designer series paper that we created from our first video. Our paper is going to be cut at 3 3/4 by 5, and I'm going to bring in our Pear Pizzazz card base along with some shaded spruce. Going to layer that on top, then add the designer series paper and a strip for some faux ribbon. So our shaded spruce is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I'm just going to put some adhesive on top of that and layer it right on top of the Pear Pizzazz for our card base. I love these two colors together, and the Just Jade Newly in color would probably be a great addition with this stamp set as well. So I'm putting a little adhesive on the back of our created designer series paper, and I am layering that on top of the shaded spruce. This piece of shaded spruce green is 3/4 by about 5, and putting a strip of adhesive down the center and just going to layer that across the card. I'm using my grid paper to kind of line up where I want my strip. I love our grid paper. It has so many uses for keeping things straight, keeping things not messy. So I like that. Nope, it looks like that's going to be a little too long for me. I'm going to grab my paper snips and just come in and take a smidge off the end. I'm going to cut that right there so it will layer a little more nicely down on top of our designer series paper. Great. Now I'm going to bring in a piece of Whisper White scrap, and I'm going to stamp our greeting in the shaded spruce. The greeting that I am using is from the Forever Fern stamp set, "To a friend that makes me smile." So let's just sauce that up and put that right down. I'm going to use the little dotted speckles from the set and put some on the end of my tags. That's going to be too difficult for me. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab my punch. This is the Everyday Label Punch. Line that up and punch it out. That way I'll be able to see the end of the tags, and I can just bring in my little dots. I'm going to stamp off and then put it right on the edge of each side of the tag. If you want your speckles to be a little darker, just don't stamp off. I'm going to bring in my sponge dauber and my shaded spruce, and I'm just going to flick some color around the edges. This is a little flickering of color, not adding a whole bunch, just a light touch. You can certainly add as much or as little as you would like, but this will just give us a little dimension to our card. So I'm going to close up that pad, get this stuff out of the way, and then I can pop that up right on top of our faux ribbon here. Grab some Stampin' Dimensionals. Oh, mine are almost gone. I love these things. You can order all your supplies for this card by going over to my website at stampcampfun.stampinup.net. I'd be happy to be your demonstrator. So I'm just going to pull these off, and I'm going to add this on the very end of our ribbon. Straighten that up and look right there. Looks good. Now I've got a couple rhinestones over here. I think I'm just going to grab those in my paper piercer and add those to the end on the side of the card. Ideally, I would do it in 3s, but I only seem to have 2 on this. I may go back and add a third rhinestone later. So there you have it. This is our second card in the Forever Fern card series. I hope you liked it. I'll bring in my original. Thanks for watching. If you would like to have a PDF of the instructions and measurement, just email me at allforstampin@yahoo.com. Thanks and have a blessed day.